Finish number 5 is known as a self-bound seam. This finish works best on a lightweight fabric, and I've found that a 5/8 inch seam allowance makes it easier to stitch this seam. Starting off, the seam is stitched as normal. Then one side of the seam allowance is trimmed between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch, and then pressed towards the untrimmed side. Then the opposite seam allowance is then turned under by 1/8 of an inch and pressed, and then turned once again so the folded edge is even with the original seam line. The seam is then finished by stitching as close as possible to the first line of stitching. And if you wish to be extremely meticulous, you can baste this edge before stitching. Or for a more couture finish, you can forgo the machine stitching and instead use a felling or slip stitch for the final stitches. And the finished seam is typically less than 3/8 of an inch wide.